I spoke to a young lady this week, mother of two, recommended by one of my good brothers who I went to school with. Great conversation that I had with her. She went through a web development boot camp, spent 3 months learning Docker and Visual Studio, C#, and she's doing that because her kids, 14 and 8, are taking coding classes. And she says she wants to do more for herself. She's been in the retail industry, the management industry. And she said this, Antoine, I have never made over $50,000 a year. I've never made over $50,000 a year. How did I know that? Well, because of the fact that when she was telling me about her going to this boot camp, I asked, why did you decide to go to the boot camp when you are, been a manager in retail, managed restaurants, and so forth? Well, she says, this is the place, this is the future. This is what I hear the future is. So I went and signed up for this boot camp and did it, and I like it. Well, great. It's hard to find a job now as a developer, though, especially with only 3 months of a boot camp. It's hard to find a job right now in this industry as a developer, especially when you have people who are developers who've been laid off. You only have 3 months of experience. So she likes tech. The reason why she reached out to me is because Big Bro told her that, hey, have you ever thought about tech sales? You have a great persona. People like you. You're attractive. So she said, okay, let me call this Antoine guy and find out a little bit more about tech sales. We get on the phone on Thursday, talk it out. She asked questions of how long you been in tech sales. I said 6 years. How do you like it? Love it. What do you don't like about it? Stress. It can get difficult. It gets hard work at sometimes. What do you love about it? How much money you can make? Why? Because I can take care of my family. I can go out and buy new trucks on the weekend if I want. I can go out, take my boat out. I can fly to this city. I can fly to that city to go see friends. I can dine out every single day if I want to. I can allow my wife to stay at home and not have to go to an office and work for somebody. I can allow for my kids to go to a great school where they're protected and get a really good education. I can have access to people that can help me make more money. That's why I like tech sales. I also said it gives me a skill and gave me a skill that I can leverage for the rest of my life to make more money outside of tech sales. She got it. Did she sign up for CourseCareers that night? No, told her not to. Told her to wait. I said, you do your own research, right? Because here's the thing, and I got to ask this question too. Antoine, you know what? You have so many people out here who are talking about this whole tech sales. Who are the ones that I should know? And who are the ones that I shouldn't know? And who are the ones that I should follow? I said, you can follow anybody who's broken into the tech sales because they've broken into tech sales. Listen of how they broke in so that you can gain the experience to break into the space. But when it comes to moving up, you got to listen to somebody who's been in the game for quite some time. Follow the people who've been doing it for some time. The Kevin Dorseys, the Trent Dressels, the Antoine Wades, the Caleb Burks. When you're looking to go from that 100 to that 200, that 300, 400, and 500, that's when you listen to the people who've been doing it for some time. So she didn't sign up for CourseCareers that night, but she signed up for it today. And the whole point of me saying that, though, is this. She learned something new. She may not have accomplished her goals earlier this year. She may not have been where she wanted to be. She know why she's doing it for those young kids of hers. And she decided to move and act. So she signed up for CourseCareers today. And it's going to be life-changing. But here's the piece of it that I want you guys to realize. It took her talking to a buddy of mine. It took a buddy of mine who knew that I was in this space and doing very well for myself. It took me as a leader to allow myself to talk to her and give myself the time to talk to her so that she can make an impact in her life. And it takes these leadership skills that's going to help change everything. One at a time. And it starts in your household first. It starts in your household first. You don't go out there and change the world unless you got your damn household in order. That's why I don't listen to people who talk about shit and they don't even got a family. People who talk about interracial dating and all this other shit and they ain't married. Don't have consistency on their relationships. People who talk about dating and dating coaches, they're there for fun and entertainment. They're tricking you guys. People who are married who make booty shaking music. You don't listen to that shit. If you listen to it, it's fine. But you know what's the reality of it and what's not. Stop being bamboozled. Start to lead. Step your game up. Start today. Do it like this young lady did it. She got exposure, then she executed. Took her a couple days, but she executed. What's stopping you from right now from going on CourseCareers and signing up? And not just signing up, seeing it through. Because you can sign up and spend the money any day. You can go out there and buy a book and never decide to read it. You can book a coaching session and get tips and strategies of how to execute and never decide to act on it. That's your own fault. That's nobody else's fault. And I mentioned to her as well, when she's ready to get past that $80,000 a year, right? Going from, warehouse worker, entry-level tech sales, is my brother Christian right here, right? Getting to $90,000 now, right? If you want to break into cybersecurity, here you are, making $97,000 a year now. You want to level up, where do you go? Level Careers. That's what I told her. When you want to get past that $50, $60, $70, $80,000 entry-level sales role, that's when you go to Level Careers. We got it all for you guys. That's leadership. It's understanding where people are, finding a solution, you're helping people.